I just recently turned 27. Let's put happy birthday Ryan in the comments, please. Happy birthday, Ryan! And turning 27 just feels a little bit weird, I guess. It's like the first real year of adulthood. I'm no longer in my mid-20s, I'm now in my late 20s. 30's on the horizon. It's a bit far off, it's not quite here yet, but it's around the bend. High school, college, in retrospect, all went by really fast. And now I am a sophomore in the last half of my 20s. I have 3 more years left, and then all of a sudden, I'm 30. And so I feel like this is a good time in life to kind of place some mile markers, and as I enter actual adulthood, I figure it's good to just have my bucket list and start just like knocking out goals. And I feel like it's really common for people in their 20s to compare themselves to death to people like Tom Holland, Timothée Chalamet, Billie Eilish, whatever your respective dream is. I feel like people see these people who achieve their highest potential at like 23, 24, 25 years old, sometimes even younger. And I feel like that just sets people on this path of self-destruction, self-doubt. And I just don't think that's fair. I think we have plenty of time on Earth. I think we have to constantly remind ourselves that 20-something is not that old at all. And so I want to make sure that what I do is intentional to myself, things that I actually want to achieve, and things that I think I could achieve potentially by 30. And so far, I'm pretty happy with where I am in my late 20s. I feel like I've accomplished a good amount. I'm not perfect. There's still things I want to do. I've wanted to work in the movie industry ever since I was a little kid. I used to watch iCarly, Drake and Josh, Sweet Life on Deck, and just, really wish I was on those sets and working with those guys and girls and, just doing the thing. And I used to just sit in bed and wait until I was an adult so I could actually pursue these things. And luckily I stayed true to myself. I graduated college and I immediately started working in background on TV shows and movies. I've worked on TV shows and movies as a crew member. I've even climbed a ladder in some regards. I started a sketch comedy channel on YouTube with some friends of mine. I've submitted scripts to festivals, still waiting to hear back on that. That'll be a featured video, hopefully. I'm also currently 230 days, no alcohol and no nicotine. The biggest part of that is the no nicotine, so that's why I stopped drinking for now, but I am about 7.5 months, a little more I guess, into a full year of sobriety as I attempt to quit nicotine. And in pursuit of all of this, I moved out of my parents' house at 23 years old, across the country to pursue my dreams, and I've been out in LA for about 3 years now. And so that's why I figured I'd start this channel, to document myself as I chase these dreams, chase these goals, hit these mile markers, and when I turn 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever, assuming that the internet is still around and that YouTube is still a thing and that AI hasn't taken over everything, I figured it'll be a good sort of time capsule to revisit my life and just see what I've accomplished and what I was capable of. And so I just wanted to start this channel to document all the different things I want to try. But with all these little tiny things I want to do, there's like big goals, there's little goals, there's different things I want to try to achieve in the next few years and beyond. I did want to go ahead and just mark down a clear and intentional bucket list for the rest of my 20s. And so hopefully over the years you can see me hit these different goals and just grow closer to the version of myself that I saw when I was a little kid. I want to do 10-year-old Ryan justice. And in coming up with these different kind of high bar, overarching goals, I kind of decided to fit them into different categories. And the categories are health, fitness, career, and travel. And so here are the different things I want to do before I turn 30. Under the health category, I have no nicotine. That's the biggest thing. That's why I stopped drinking. I've been a smoker on and off for almost 8 years now. I just want to have that behind me. I want to make sure that I go into my 30s with healthy habits and that I'm not just destroying my body every day. Fitness. I would like to run a marathon before I'm 30. That's something I've always wanted to do. I ran track and cross country in high school. I was not a part of any team in college, but I did still run a lot. And I do consider myself a runner to some degree. And I imagine that'll be some of the content that I'll put out on this channel, is just trying to, hit different PRs and run different lengths and, work my way up towards a marathon at some point. Career. I have a few different things under my career list. I would like to sell a script. That's the biggest thing. I've always wanted to work in TV and movies. I would like to write a book. And lastly, under career is grow these YouTube channels. My personal one, the sketch one that I work on with my buddies, that's the Coen Brothers. I'll put a link in the bio. And under travel, I would like to visit all 50 states. I have already visited over half of them. I would like to just go ahead and cross off the last 23 or however many I have left before I'm 30. I think that'd be cool. As well as it just, I don't know, give me a chance to explore all of America, you know, the country I grew up in. I think it's important to know what life is like all around America, keep an open mind, visit all the states, you know, meet all the people. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this video pretty short. Turning 27, I think, is just a good time to go ahead and get this started, get the ball rolling. Hopefully you can expect to see some more stuff on this channel coming up soon. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are all doing what you want to do and pursuing your dreams to whatever extent you can. I know we're all in different situations, everyone has a different path in life, but you know, if this is any sort of wake-up call to anybody, if I can even change one person's life, I would love to see more people just pursue their dreams, because life is short and let's just have fun with it if we can. I don't know. All right, see you guys next time. Thanks.